Welcome to another episode of Four Kings Podcast. It's your boy, the regular C-Mac.
That, that was it. It's Ray Bud.
There you go. And then we got our lovely Miss Hunter in the building. Hold that thought for a second, just so we can go ahead and get this popped off the right way. The polite way and the right way. There we go. Bam. So now, if this is your first time rocking with us, remember, we're on every damn platform there is. I don't know how else to make it more simple. Amazon, Spotify, Google, Apple, iHeartRadio, YouTube, TikTok, Four Kings Podcast, ENT. Follow, subscribe, like. It's really that simple because when we go live, when the content is posted, you'll get it. And then, hey, you fucking with it. It can change your life because we drop gems every week. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I really need, the reels be really reeling at this point. So that's all I'm saying, Man,
I gotta keep looking, man. I have to start paying attention to more.
Yeah.
Life is life and hard.
It sure is. I've had life happen. My grandfather passed on Sunday. So R.I.P. Hatch. And the funeral is going to be next Wednesday. So it's going to be a difficult one. But, I mean, it was one of those things where we were prepared because he had been in and out the hospital all year. And so, if you know me, I'll be posting the information so that everybody can make sure that they have adequate notice to be able to attend. Tony couldn't make it tonight. She was out being a tiger. That's how I'm just going to. I mean, she wasn't being a cougar, but she was being a tiger. So. And then Jamie couldn't make it tonight because, Jamie was around there. Look, Jamie over here doing a damn thing. That's all I can say. So shout out to everybody for the one time. And you see the damn comment. You can support us by doing stars. I ain't asked for no money because we know some folks acting like it's an act of Congress to hit a nigga cash app. But, it's all good. We're going to jump right on into this, though. So the first thing we got to get off our chest is everybody's been talking about it. That damn video where the chick went to Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yeah.
And, all I got to say about this is, look, this is why the title of the night is called Dating Double Standards, because quite often you grow up with one set of standards, and that's the standard for everybody. And that's why I love using standards, because it's synonymous across the board. It's everybody. This is what the dating standard is. However, I think there's a lot of confusion on the dating scene right now because it's not standards, it's preference. And a lot of people's preferences really fucked up right about now. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off in the clip real quick just because, that way I ain't got to explain. So hold up 1 second. Let's see what we got. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. We doing this thing, man. There you go.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't been at this car.
He was out.
She locked the door, just like you said.
Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Okay.
He's definitely ready.
Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
Yeah, you want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about it. Yeah. Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
Get in the car and do what?
Let me just get the door.
And do what?
Okay.
Ain't nothing to do at that point, sis. I'm sorry. What we doing at that point? Ain't nothing to talk about at that point.
She's gonna go home, and I probably ain't gonna be the one taking her. I'm not even gonna give you no time. I've wasted enough time. The thing in that video is that man waited outside the house for an hour while she got dressed.
Mm-hmm.
An hour. All right, ladies. I know when we come pick y'all up,
we expect to wait at least
10 minutes.
15
at the most. I probably ain't gonna wait that long.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that back in the day.
My anxiety gonna be through the roof.
So that's cool, but an hour, he foolish for staying. But she knew at that point, I can probably control this thing. This nigga done waited outside my house for an hour.
And that's
Got him. She said she had she act like she had just got home and it was basically, I'm getting dressed while you, like, I'm finna have my whole moment in the restroom. You know how you women do it. That's what I would have did.
You should have left.
Just say this. This coincides with the next video too. It's just so bad because first and foremost, as men, the standard is that, we pick you up, we take you out, we pay for the date and everything else. But you have the standard of being a woman too. Like, not on your hot girl shit, like, my pussy gold and shit. That's not what this was for. This was for, like, okay, it's dating, as we all have talked about before. Now, if you really want to be funny, like, I'll say, date mean dick at the end now, okay? So it means after we go on this date, it's going to be some dick at the end.
Oh,
So,
okay. No eat, no beat.
Hey, no eat, no beat. So what I'm going to say is that, and that's just being funny, though. It don't necessarily mean you really got to, But nah, for real. Like, I mean, but the expectation is certain dollar amounts to be like, okay, I'm not saying, but I might imply.
I don't even know if I like it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
Cheesecake Factory, nonetheless. I don't know if I would have even.
And that was a decent little, you gonna spend what, at least nice little 40, 50 in there.
With the Cheesecake Factory.
Depending on what time you went though.
I think more than that.
You don't spend more than that. If you get a couple drinks, you might spend 100, 150 at the most. That's it. And the only way that's gonna happen is if we having a good time.
Right.
Because if we ain't having a good time, we should cut this out anyway.
Right.
Exactly.
So it don't matter where we go.
If I waited an hour, it probably would have never happened. As a man, I wouldn't have even entertained that shit.
Well,
damn. So you got a woman sitting there saying, as a woman, if she was in a man's shoes, she wouldn't do it.
I would not have even entertained it. I would have left.
But there's so many women out there that are like, this is their mindset. Because if you go to so here go the other clip, right? So remember, the whole premise of this is that waited outside an hour, right? So when you dating somebody and you getting to know them, you talking, you texting, you doing all those other different things, right? And we talk about it all the time, Ray, but like how men will pursue women, just like blindly pursue, and just be talking to themselves in the inbox. Just, hey, beautiful. Hello, good morning. Grand Rising.
Grand Rising. Boy, boys on now.
Be getting no reply. I'm talking about nothing. And then all of a sudden, she responded. Nah, let's see how that backfired. So check this out. So your boy was talking to himself for what? How long? She gonna set the street. I'm just going on and run it one time.
This nigga been texting me for weeks, talking to himself.
So
why I didn't block him, bitch? I don't know.
But
today I was bored and I had time, so he texted me like, "Can you meet for drinks?" And I'm like, "Yeah, meet me here." They got the best fucking oysters in Atlanta, like hands down. So I'm like, yes, I can get some content. Come on, it's so good.
Let's go trade. Trade. She puts Tabasco stuff.
So what even would have made me get up and leave? Wow.
Y'all, when the fourth one came out, he was looking at me crazy. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, baby, you invited me out. I'm gonna eat. This nigga been texting me for, and I was coming anyway. But I ain't gonna lie. No, I wouldn't have did all that, but I did do all that. It was so good. I was not expecting it to be that good. It was just so good. Like I had to. It was so good. So after that, I'm like, baby, what's next? What I'm about to eat? These potatoes, they were so good. And the crab cakes, everything was so good. 10, baby. Why the fuck this bitch ass nigga say he going to the bathroom and never come back? The fuck? I'm like, hold the fuck on. It's been like 10, 20, 30 minutes, bitch. What the fuck this nigga at? Had to end up grabbing a tab, bitch. Nigga left me with his little one fucking drink. Yeah, bitch. I'm so glad bitch keep me some money, cause what? That was crazy to me. And I said, bitch, you run out on the tab. He talking about, I'm offering you some drink. And I was coming.
He was offered to pay via Cash App. He was gonna pay his portion, and so she was just like, "Boy, fuck you." You know what I'm saying?
He had invited her out. I thought that's what it said initially.
He
just invited her
that's
out
what he
for
said.
drinks.
And you went in that motherfucker and got that full. And you not sitting up here communicating with me after you eat these 4 trays of fucking oysters.
$60, bro.
$60 and you ain't saying nothing to me because all we hear, you don't hear this man saying nothing. All you hear is us slurping. Yeah, he made it to the 4th one. Shit. After that second one,
at the right time.
oh, you let it go.
Yeah, I gave her.
He should have ordered some drinks on her. I would have been lit on her.
Yeah.
But he stayed in the inbox. She was like,
he knew what it was.
I'm gonna finally let him, but then I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to create content. You know what's funny? It was in both of those scenes. Both of them women used that as an opportunity to create content.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the craziest shit right now. Like,
I'm gonna go on a date with you to make some money. He didn't get a free meal about you.
Neither one of them got a free meal. That was the intent, but it didn't work.
And they wasted folks.
Time.
Like, I just don't get it, bro. Like, if you sitting up here and
that chicken, he's gonna come at her like a dog.
Yeah, right.
No, he might be a little skittish and more reserved.
I'm gonna blame him a little bit too for being so thirsty.
Yeah.
Like baby girl ain't responding. So after weeks of her not responding, like she said, talking to herself, nigga, I would be already eyebrows up because I'm like, wait, what's she on? Because she ain't saying nothing. All of a sudden she's speaking. Nigga, ain't nothing changed with you.
Okay, first of all, y'all know how y'all can be very persistent.
Man, I don't know about that.
Very persistent.
I like who like me. That's how I always was.
But every man's not like that.
I'm not even gonna waste my time. Okay, that's
Some
fine.
men can be very persistent and intend to waste your time. She just fell for the okie doke.
I got that baseball mentality. 3 strikes, you out. Yeah.
Where was her 3 strikes at?
After one message, no response, strike 1. Second message, no response, strike 2. Third message, no response, hey, you out of there. I ain't even going. Why would I even be in the inbox anymore?
Nah, I'm looking stupid.
Now you looking stupid.
That's awesome. I'm glad I ain't have to go through none of this. I met my wife before this inbox shit. So
he said before the inbox shit.
What was funny is I met my wife during around the same
Facebook, but I would my wife was never friends on Facebook until after we were married.
And that's what we talked about making shit solid before you even take that step. But I got my wife and we never did the Facebook transaction or anything like that. I met her somewhere like the old fashioned fucking way. You know, met her, talked to her. She said she wasn't into me like that.
My wife wasn't into me either.
But then I was on the phone with my mama and shit. She talking about, tell my future mother-in-law I said, hey. I'm like, hey.
Why wasn't she into you though? I'm curious.
Huh?
Why wasn't she into you?
Look,
you too.
So,
well, for me, it was that first night. We talked outside the club about 2 hours.
Oh, y'all met at the club and talked?
My
Okay.
partner, it was his birthday. He invited her cousin who invited her.
Mhm.
I met her there. And she was talking to a nigga. And I walked up between her and the nigga and said, you know you here for me.
Oh.
And we talked that whole night. But after that, I called her a couple of times and she acted like she was too busy. So I just stopped talking to her.
Yeah.
But my best friend, the one that's married to her cousin, we ride motorcycles. So he was like, man, I'm finna take her cousin out. You ought to call her and tell her to come ride. I was like, all right, I'll do it. I didn't want to go. I was on the way to the strip club. I ain't lying to you. I ain't lying to you at all. But he called me. That was my plan, niggas. Friday night, go to the strip club. Got off work, getting ready to get lit to go to the strip club, and he called me, and he needed an extra helmet, and I was like, all right. So he basically was like, man, just call. I was like, man, she always act like she ain't got no time. I'm telling you, she get over here, get to stuttering about not wanting to go. I ain't tripping. But she said, yeah, I tried, and we've been together since that night.
Oh, wow. So it wasn't like she didn't like you.
She was playing them old,
Okay.
She was playing them old good games and stuff. You
And
know.
that's I feel too with my wife, bro.
She too busy. I ain't worried about that nigga.
Yeah. My wife older than me though.
My wife older than me.
But you know, we've always
not
15.
One like that. She mentioned me all the time because the lady I was talking to, I say lady, I was talking to before I met my wife was older, like much older than me, about 11 years.
Oh, okay.
So she always tell me when we first started talking, she would always say, that old bitch gonna be up there. That was her thing, yeah, that old bitch gonna be up there. I don't know, boy.
I think, when I met my wife, she's like, I ain't gonna tell exactly how old, but she's a little older. You know what I'm saying? And she acted like she wasn't interested, but I really feel like she was. Because that line she dropped. But then she played a little coy or whatever. And I went over with the conversation and the comedy, the 2 C's. And the 3, it's really the 3 C's. Consistency, the comedy, and the conversation, bro. Hey, once you get hit with that, it's hard to come back. Like, damn, ain't nobody else coming there strong. You know what I'm saying?
Or at all. I'm not talking about you.
So, I mean, and we didn't go through the internet and all of that stuff. Like we sat down. My wife paid for the first date, and that's when I knew. I said, "Oh, she interested in me," because
she spent that money.
She spent her money.
Yeah, woman ain't gonna do that.
Like, nah, I invited you out. I'll pay. I'm like,
boy, she got game, boy. Lady got some game.
Yeah.
That was that. After thinking, that would have kept me interested. Now I'm gonna push the issue even more. Now wait a minute. Now I got to do something special. Hey, I gotta go ahead and
And we spent a lot of time together. So from like literally, I think what was it after? I think after that date, we was together all the time. That was it. I was like, shit, we're gonna go, and then that's what it was. Next thing you know.
Did she pay voluntarily or because you didn't have it?
No. Yeah. So I've always worked like a Jamaican, so I had it. Oh shit.
You just didn't have to spend?
No, she just offered. Shit.
I'm just kidding.
And we probably would have got with that. We probably would have got into it over there fucking with me.
It ain't that. Look.
What, her fan?
Yeah.
But that's just how it might.
Yeah. I thought that would catch a man's attention though.
It would.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I really do, but some women do that shit just to see what you gonna say.
Yeah.
She like, no, like, look, I'm not finna fuck up a good thing because we was vibing and everything too. Hey.
The way my wife did, she did that with me, but it was further along, and I'm like, what? No, hey. Give me that. She was like, this is the receipt. I already paid. I knew you wasn't going to let me pay, so I gave him a card.
Oh, that's nice.
While you was gone, she had to do it like that.
That's nice.
Because she know I'm like, well, nigga, what you?
Yeah.
what you doing? Now it's just fun. Like if we actually go out somewhere and she, I gotta be like, pay for daddy, pay for daddy. Yeah, look at my mama right there. I see it, but
I do that. I pay for meals for men, and then
ain't nothing wrong with feeding
yeah,
the nigga, man.
She gonna start an organization, Meals for Men. Go ahead.
I pay for meals, but it's only
Go ahead. I'm waiting for you to finish.
it's just for show. I do it for a little bit to get you, thinking that I'm going to take care of things, and then eventually I just go cold turkey and stop.
Nah,
Don't even do that.
I
Be a man.
I do it.
let the man.
No. Once I stop, I stop. I don't.
No, don't start.
That don't start. Yeah. No.
One time, okay.
Cause
But the expectation after
she
that,
be a lick after that though.
nah, the expectation after that,
Yeah, you feeding nigga. You think something nice tonight. I'm telling you, you set yourself up for failure. I'm only saying all of this because from everybody out here I talk to that's single,
yeah.
they like the dating pool basically got dog piss in it. So this is basically the games that these niggas and these women is on right now.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
They keep trying to make these these
No.
niggas is
I'm
scandalous.
talking about like now. I'm talking about past. Yeah.
Okay.
But see, just to hint back at, basically where we at right now in the dating scene, where we have, people have the social media, they looking to see what their status is, because back then, they in a relationship.
Well, when you change that status, but you get all type of messages and phone calls.
That mean that
That's what it was. Girl, I ain't talked to you in about 3 months. Well, I wasn't fucking with you no more.
Whatever. Instagram now. As soon as you, I know y'all have seen it before. That little video where it says as soon as you get into a relationship,
come out the woodwork.
Status, right? It's I'm pregnant. Wow. Hey, big head. Like all these texts are coming.
Man, that kills me though. Women, and I get it.
Women love a nigga that's on the baby mom.
But women,
for real.
Don't say women. Say some women.
Majority of women.
A lot of women. It's only because you don't want a nigga that don't nobody else want.
Yeah, but I think it's more than that. I think women want them because they feel like they can. It's some, I don't know what it is, but something that makes you feel like you've done some real shit by taking a man from a woman.
See, now it's competition. I got to shit on you hoes. You chose me, bitch.
Yeah.
Man.
Hate the competition, but
they love the game.
I love this shit, man. It's like I feel like burning magic is somebody else.
I think women only compete when there's dick involved, honestly. I don't know about women competing that heavy in other ways, but I think when there's a man involved, that women go hard. And especially if it's somebody else's man.
I don't think y'all be. Y'all not even competing for the man himself. Y'all competing yeah, bitch. See, I told you I could take that nigga type shit.
I'll take your stuff.
I'll take your man.
That's crazy. Right? Niggas play them games too, though.
Y'all play them games where y'all wait till you or your best friend and this woman break up. The next thing you know, there you go sliding your stupid ass in, trying to get with her. Once y'all broke up and you talking about your boy, oh, he wasn't good for you. He been cheating. Next thing you know, you got
do all
his.
Nah.
If you do all that, that ain't your best friend.
There you go. If that's your job.
If you do all that, that ain't your best friend. The other thing is, you a whole ass nigga if you had to talk the boy down just pussy.
Well,
so I wouldn't be hanging with no nigga like that.
Y'all, okay.
I'm just saying. I'm being real like
never that type of thing.
I'm not gonna talk down.
Doesn't mean that there ain't no slime ball.
No. I understand what you said, but I'm saying that ain't no real man, and that nigga that you calling your best friend ain't your best friend. And I'm saying that type of nigga is a whole ass nigga anyway. Because if that's the only way that you can get some ass, nigga, you got other issues.
But that's the game that y'all play when it comes to.
I guess I see it because I wasn't that type of nigga.
The other games that they play, the money play. You know what I'm saying? And so men will, if they feel like they can buy a woman,
well, get out there.
Niggas that got the money, hey,
Straight to it. What is gonna cost? You need a bill paid? What you want, a little purse or something? I'm just trying to, and that's it. And then women with the game, sometimes it's like, I'm gonna let him get me like this time, but I'm finna make this nigga fall in love with me. You got women that it's like competitive. Oh, I got his ass. So I think I've seen women play that game like, you don't really like this nigga, but this nigga don't really like you either. And because of that, I'm finna make this nigga like me, knowing that you don't want his ass. I've seen that shit.
That sounds like a movie.
Hey man, devil's advocate.
You watching too much Tubi?
No.
And Tubi is owned by Fox. The crazy shit is,
boy, you funny.
It is.
I know.
So, the funny shit is about that. So I was watching this interview with this sex worker, right? And she was like, she don't mind having men that pay for sex, for her or whatever. But if she dates somebody, she don't want to date nobody that's paid for sex. Like,
she know what type of niggas them is.
Exactly. But ain't this she's a fucking hypocrite. She's a hypocrite.
And
how do you so you deal with men because they pay you for money, but if you dealing with a man on that level, you don't want him to.
That just means the heart has standards that the pussy doesn't.
That's all it is. That's what I was about to tell you. Bro, to see that. I mean, how else?
Because, so on the flip,
that's just the woman that can turn that shit off like a nigga can.
But on the flip, as a man, we don't want a woman that didn't ran her miles up by somebody paying that. Well, I ain't gonna say the funky 40 because it ain't 40 no more. It's fit. It's bills.
What you think they're doing?
A lot of men that date strippers is not really dating them to be like
my old lady, man. No, that nigga is like this fun.
Yeah.
Especially this day and time. Yeah, that's my gal. He using her for status to get more hoes, really.
Yeah.
Like it ain't really no big deal.
So chick that may be working in the club to try to fuck them bitches in the
That's what I'm saying. That's what I just said.
I heard about that. And then they be beefing with each other.
A lot of times them niggas be acting like that's their girl, but he low key a pimp.
Yeah, that too.
I've seen that with my own eyes.
No way that they real boyfriends.
You got
some
simps out there.
Yeah, and it's a simp.
I mean, yeah, you do. You gotta
know a simp personally.
You got some simps out there.
He dated this chick at the strip club, and everybody told him, "Yo, bro, your girls are old." And he strip club. He didn't want to
believe it.
I was like,
she loved me.
That's a movie.
She loved me, man.
Too much Tubi.
Niggas be on that. She love. You got some niggas out there won't love that bad, and sometimes, a lot of times, nigga get stuck in a fucked up situation because he ain't never had a bitch that bad. So he too scared. That's gonna get you more because women are competitive. So they see you with the bad chick, they look like, well, hell, he got her. Just saying, but being a simp, it don't work for him.
You hit it on the head.
That's all.
It's like one of the things I was saying.
This is the best. I know this the best I can get. Some niggas be so simple. I don't know how I got this bitch.
So, because it was an unconventional way. It wasn't even like you
straight accent.
It was like, or
that bitch car wouldn't start that night when she was leaving the club. You gave her a ride home. Fuck around and fuck.
Or it was a situation where you kept shooting your shot and curving you. Finally gave you that end. Oh, I'm in that 9. But you got to realize, she looking to come up at that point, bro. Yeah. What are you offering?
Sometimes it just be, all right, I done fuck with the rapper. I done fuck with the dope boy. Let me try Simple Simon over here and see what goes. You see, sometimes you got to try something different.
But I thought the strippers are just making the money to go to school, so maybe.
Whoa.
But that ain't been the story in a long time. You got some of them coming up, getting the bag and opening their own clubs and getting beauty salons and stuff like that. But for the most part, most of these hoes just want a quick dollar.
Yeah.
Strip club is the dope game for women.
Shit, sex sales.
Been selling forever. Since forever. Ain't never went out of style. Only thing going is the price, nigga. Keep going up.
I thought they were just.
It went from $2 to $20. Now it's what, 60? What Chris said. So shit. What Chris said, I ain't never bought nothing before. I don't know.
Boy, you get yourself out of that quickly.
I ain't never paid for it.
Look, I always do inflation. Everything change every year. You know, if gas go up and all of a sudden, I just throw a little, you know, see about 10.
I've always had a problem with transactional pussy. So it's just mentally, I wouldn't be able to get over
I
it.
think it's all transactional pussy.
It is.
No. It's a difference of.
So he doesn't do the direct transaction. For a regard.
No.
Call it
Yeah.
that.
No.
Like, I'll be a hoe, but don't treat me like a hoe.
I'm like, okay.
That whole no.
You just are indirectly paying for it.
No.
You are indirectly.
It's totally different.
You know,
That's when you calling somebody paying their light bill just because you want to fuck, or hell, it's the difference of you leaving $40 on the counter and me taking you to get something to eat because I want something to eat too. To me, that's not. It just mean I had to pay for a little. Like that's the difference. Like just because I paid for some food and you got a little drink, I'm not tripping about that because I could have ate that shit by myself and spent the same amount of money. I'm not tripping about that. But you just literally, well, before you take your panties off, don't cash at me that $60 real quick. That's totally different. There's no connection there.
but see, so hear me out.
Yes,
So
it is.
you have again, so like you talk about the direct, the indirect, right? And I talk about the direct. So women and we notoriously talk about this. Women are looking at your height, looking at your social, looking at, how many followers you got, all this old type of shit, what kind of car you drive. And like this to them, to some of them is the expectation, right? And I'm not saying some, because some of them, you do have some that are down to earth, understand that, hey, this is what, don't do that now. It pick it up.
I'm trying
So again, they have this in their mind, like, he got to get to the bag. If he ain't get to the bag, I can't fuck with him. But then you have some women who will fuck with a man and he ain't getting to the bag like that and will build him up. But, and I look at the Tia Mowry situation, right? Because we bringing it up again this week. But you met this dude on the set of a show or a movie or something like that. You start seeing him at the bus stop, y'all. Gave him a ride, and he been with you ever since. And you knew he never really got to the same status of or monetary value of where you got, because you got old money, baby. You got millions.
You've been in this.
Yeah. And he's still trying to establish himself as an actor, writer, producer, and all this other stuff. So it comes with some bumps on the road, right?
There you go.
Right. So for him, and I actually did my research back to figure out what the end game was behind that. Because I think I said that he never said anything or whatever, this, that, and the third. And I was talking to somebody that said, it was a video that was removed. Well, look, I ain't seen it. So, I don't know how you saw it. I don't know if it was, but when they announced the divorce, she put it on her page. He went live. He said he loved his wife and everything else. He tried to plead and this, that, and the third. And she was like, no, because she wasn't happy, blah, 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 blah. But then this is what you find out. Somebody posted some shit about a woman paying for everything and this, that, and the third. She put the eyes under the comments and liked the post. I said, this what it is. She was tired of paying everything, bro. She was tired. But how can you be mad? You stay in a $4 million house. He don't even make that money on the shy. So and then people
was just over money, and both of them being in the business that they're in, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
If that's what it was, that's pretty fucked up. Because just because you made it to that, like everybody, it's a million motherfuckers want to be stars, but not that many people gonna make it like that. And that's just the business. And she should know that, but I guess in her mind, I've been on so long, nigga, it's easy. It's you. It has to be more than that.
So people were like bashing and were like, you were with her this long and you didn't do nothing. You didn't take advantage of the opportunity. You had a chance to learn from the greats. You had opportunity to do this. I think I was on the phone talking to you about it because I was like, did he try? I don't know if he tried to like start up a potential business or something on the side where she funded it and then that be it. But if that were me, I would have done something like that to have my own money. And then, I'd have been fucked up about it, going and asking her for the money. But go ahead.
Are we talking about a marriage or a business deal?
See,
What the hell are we talking about right now?
Be real with you.
You're right, but I'm saying like this sounds like there was a marriage and it was if you don't get your shit together within 7 days, this shit's over. Meaning like I'm giving you a certain amount of time to get your shit together, and if you don't, I'm out. That's what it sounds like.
He had 15,
it doesn't sound like for better or for worse.
He had 15 years.
And but they're married. Like,
Right. I mean, I see where you're coming from. But I'm with you also, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if that was the reason that who filed for divorce? Her?
She did, of course.
So
because she was unhappy. The marriage no longer served her.
Yeah.
Her words.
To me, she went into it thinking everything was cool, but then at some point she wasn't being realistic with herself. Like she couldn't have been like actually being real with herself. In the business that you guys are in, and you knew that this was the business that he was in before he met you. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like he was just going just because. Like this is the business that he was in. You're in the same business. You have to know people don't just make it. The money that you're making and the money that he's making is two different things. Now, if she's seeing something that we're not seeing, as if like he's not taking opportunities to where he can get to that level, or he's fucking up opportunities to get to that level, that's a whole different thing. That's almost understanding. Because okay, now this woman is seeing you not even applying yourself. Right. That's different. But if it's a situation where like this man going out just not getting the roles, and I guess in her mind it would be, well, nigga, do something else. But it ain't too much more he can do in his life to make the type of money that she has anyway. Just being realistic. So that's what I'm like. So what really happened?
It sounds like she's making the money or had made the money, whatever. She get up in the morning going to work, and he on the goddamn couch with no goddamn plan. That's what it sounds like.
I mean, I can understand. Like, you're not even applying. He's making the money to drive you to work. Like,
but no, he's always been supportive though.
So that's what I'm saying. So
it wasn't he's a bad husband. He's a horrible guy.
He don't make enough money.
Dad, right? It just sounds like
she got tired of wearing the pants.
She's a city girl. She done turned into a city girl. Yeah,
this would be a situation where people ask people, well, would you date the mailman or the bus driver or whatever? Yeah. And that's what it just seems like. It's one of those situations where she's tired of dating the bus driver. That's going on the bus.
On the bus,
making more than the bus driver.
Yeah, but
compared to her,
exactly, it's not enough.
Is that crazy at the level of the type of money she getting? That's crazy.
She got residual income off of shit.
You're gonna be good forever anyway. Right. So like, what's the problem? You want to do more than what you're already in the top 1% of people in the world, my nigga.
So you want to be like a Beyonce and Jay-Z?
And that's hard.
What you got.
It's so hard to find somebody. Like they tell you to don't date your age, date your wage. It's so hard to find people that make the same amount of money. Because again, and so like women be wanting men to make all this money, and then some of these women don't. I'm not even gonna say some. A lot of these women don't make the money that the man that they want make. Yeah. If you want a 6-figure man, but you only make $20 an hour. $20 an hour, $40,000. I just keep off top of my head. But yeah, again, you have these expectations and these preferences.
It's not realistic at sometimes, man.
And it's not valid.
We're talking about a husband and a wife to me. And I don't agree with the whole marriage thing, but to me, that just sets them apart.
Hold on. What?
I said I don't.
She don't believe in marriage?
You don't believe in marriage? Why is that?
I've been married, and okay. I think it's just yet another thing society tells you to do. I think being married, having kids is just society saying this is what you need to do. I don't think why do people
Some
need to
people
be married?
desire it.
A lot of people desire it.
Yeah. You think that's just because that's what people told them?
Exactly.
Now, some people you should just look at that and be like, look at it and say to themselves, like, I think that's a beautiful thing.
Because some women, I'm only speaking for women right now, some women feel like this is something that they need to do. And being a mom is not rewarding every damn day.
I can understand that, but
Speaking for women.
right.
And so a lot of women feel like they are missing out on something if they don't have a husband, if they don't have children. And
It's crazy how women grew up being told. A lot of women grew up told, like, you know, you're gonna get married, have kids,
Right.
like.
And that's just not what it's happening to be.
Was on some, hey man, when you meet the right one, you gonna know. Until then, do backflips in the game.
Yeah.
Like, have fun.
If we come out the gate with that nonsense, it's going to be a fairy tale life because that's the kind of shit books we're reading as little girls. And then like that Anita Baker song says, it's no fairy tale. That shit's not real. You
She
have
also
to
said
create
she was
that.
giving the best she got. So,
You know,
Because of a failed marriage, you believe?
no. I should have never done it from the start.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not because of a failed marriage.
Okay.
I should have never been married from the start because from day one, first of all,
what were your expectations of the marriage? Like, what did you see it being?
The fairy tale. That's what I thought it was.
He go to work, you stay home, watch the kids, that type of stuff. Like, what?
Even though I did that,
she did that the first 2 years, right?
I did. I did that. It just wasn't for me. I felt like okay, so I can say like once I was in it, I felt trapped.
Right.
Wait, let me go back. The day that we got married was Here Comes the Bride, and it was where's she at? Where's she at? Because I couldn't move.
She had cold feet.
I had cold feet. I could not move. That was I knew.
What do you think it was? Or was it just a person?
If you ask me,
it was me.
If you ask me, because I've known you for so long and I know the story, I really feel like it was the person. Because had you been with a different person and the outcome had been different, because there's more layers to this onion.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You did the typical things that you were supposed to do as a wife, and it wasn't equitable. Well, I'm not gonna say equitable because I hate saying equitable. It wasn't equal across the board as far as what the standard was. Like, he did the husbandly duties as far as like,
bringing home the money,
doing all of the other stuff, but he negated his wife emotionally. And then
that's why I say it's the person then.
And that's why I'm like,
I didn't think it was, but he thinks it was the person.
No, he just explained it and you agreed.
I think
you just agreed.
I think it was just me from the start.
No, but I think that you just wasn't getting the type of love that you needed in that moment to keep you in that thing.
Had I not been so quick to do something that in my heart of hearts I felt like I should have never been doing from the start.
Knew each other for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know. I've erased all that from my memory.
Oh.
I have a son. That's all I remember from
it was at least 4 years. At least 4.
It was a what? A long time ago. Oh, I was having fun. It was great. We had a great.
I know, but in that time, did y'all talk about marriage?
Yes. Not.
I'm trying to understand. I'm just one of them people.
Not like it was like we're gonna do this one day, right? It wasn't let's sit down and plan a conversation where it's all about marriage. So it wasn't like talk about it. It was just hinted. This is what's gonna happen.
In the time leading up to the marriage, did you have feelings of like you were being fulfilled?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You did.
Yeah.
But then once you got married,
it turned into a different.
He turned into another person.
He turned into another person.
So it just wasn't the person for you. You didn't have a bad experience with marriage. You had a bad experience with a person.
Well, I didn't really want to.
I would say that though.
You're thinking the marriage caused his actions. No, that was just the motherfucker he was.
See, y'all got me.
He got married to show you that side. For a long period of time. But then once you got married, he didn't have to do that no more. Then they deal with that with women all the time. So no, that's all it was. You didn't have a bad marriage experience. You just had a bad experience with a person. It wasn't a marriage. It wasn't a marriage. You just equate that to the marriage. No. It's
If the right person,
if the right person comes around, they're gonna you'll feel that.
Yeah.
And you'll know that, okay, this is what I want, because I know that I don't want to leave this person. I don't want to be without this person, and I want him to be tied to me.
Yeah, look, I'm okay with us being together. I'm okay with us being in a monogamous relationship. I'm cool with all of that. I just don't want the marriage.
You don't want a
part.
title.
Yeah, not like that. No. But you're right. I could meet someone tomorrow and
It'll blow your mind.
But it's been a very long time. I don't know what the nor does that apply. But
it did.
But it's been a long time, right? And I have
What's a long time?
I got divorced in like 2005.
Yeah.
Right.
almost 20 years.
Yeah. And I have not even
To really add on to that, I think because of the other conversations that we've had, the other stuff you had going on prevented you from finding somebody within that space, because you had to deal with some of that unaddressed trauma,
right,
and everything else that you had going on.
Right.
It wasn't until you were able to get through that now you're in the situation that you're in now, right? But had you done that sooner, because that's one of the reasons you and me fell out, and I told you that, I was like, yeah, you doing too much. You doing too much.
See, my thing back then was like, look, I'm focusing on I'm divorced. I'm focusing on being a mom. That partially, but I was focused on being a mom,
right?
And I didn't want to miss moments of my son's life on somebody else. So I had said I made a decision then. I'm not dating. I don't want to be with anybody like that because I want to focus on my son. And that's what I did for all those years. So that's why I'm saying I don't have any, it's been a long time and I have not had any desire. Oh, I need to be a married woman.
Not that. It's just, I mean, at some point, I know.
Why do men always want to convince me otherwise? If I say that because I have that right and I know exactly what it is I want, I have that right. Like when I was about to give out too much information, but men always want to convince you of something other than what it is that you say.
No.
Yeah,
no. We've been trying to get you to realize what you say, how we're hearing what you're saying. That's all it is. This is how we're hearing it. It's just like sometimes when we're talking to you guys, y'all hear one thing, but we're really saying something totally different. She's saying exactly what it is, but y'all be hearing what y'all want to hear. You know,
y'all got that Charlie Brown factor.
Sandra, who the fuck is Sandra? The lady at McDonald's name was Sandra. Remember, in my aim, but that wasn't nothing but the point. What you call was that nigga straight matrix on my ass. But, you know.
But again, right, like good little segue, because again, you know, your expectation of what it was, it just wasn't fulfilling in that regards, because again, had he did what he was supposed to do, everything else worked out.
If
everything
he else continued being the representative, fine.
Yeah, I mean,
you would have thought marriage was the greatest thing in the world.
He had
because you said that's what was making you feel.
But listen, I just also said that the day of the wedding, I did not move.
Oh, that was Jesus trying to tell you don't do it. You don't know this nigga. That's all that was, man. Man,
that's funny.
It's the truth. Funny. It's the truth, man. A lot of times niggas don't listen to the sign. It's a difference of being.
Well, it's not. So hear me out. There's no real adequate time, right, that you can put on saying if this is the person you're gonna be with.
Okay, so then that's fair. Okay, so let me ask this question then. There's no time frame, because you could go out there and meet someone today,
right,
that could turn out to be a lasting love, right? So then how would a woman or anyone know, even a man, how would you know that this is this person's representative?
Are you ready for this? So again, RP my granddaddy. My granddaddy has one of the skills he passed down to me was discernment, right? We will walk in a room and we will not really engage with everybody off the muscle, just sit back and observe.
Mhm.
And so just looking at your mannerisms and how you act, and won't really say anything, off the cuff. Just okay, all right. And it may take a couple times might be cordial with you. Okay, nice to meet you.
Mhm.
Take a couple times for it starts talking to you, but I've observed you and who you interact with and how you interact. So my grandfather, one of the things that I did when I was dating, I would bring them in different situations, let them meet different members of my family, right? Now, you got to meet moms, you got to meet pops, you got to meet, when you meet grandparents, they going to be like, because my grandparents know I was turning me and turning them out, turning me and turning them out.
Wow.
And so when my grandfather would sit, he had, I think, 3 women that I've dated, 4 women that I've dated, that he was like, they were nice women. And, he could see me being with them long term. For that, it's like, okay, and he's right, because one of them was my wife and, we're still together. But the other thing is that different situations bring out different things, right? So if you never take them anywhere, like if all you do is Netflix and chill, you never get to see anything outside of that.
Netflix wasn't even, well, it was around.
It wasn't around, but yeah, right.
The chill was.
She had red box.
Yeah,
right.
Red box.
And now we older, if you do chicken and dick, and that you ain't going to end up finding this. You don't get to find out who these people are until you get in different settings, right? So different circles of friends, because you might have a friend that you haven't seen in a while, and then you, oh yeah, this one, and then if they interact with them or whatever, okay, let's see how you interact with this person, right? That'll tell me a little bit about you. Or if I got a niece or a nephew, we going to their birthday party, and seeing how you interact with kids, that tells something about you. So okay, you good with kids? Okay, you patient? Like my cousin right now. I love my cousin to death. I was scared of shit when he had a kid because I was like, nigga. Because he had my son one time. My son had shit. And I'm like, you ain't know he shit.
Hey, really?
It's coming out the table. Like, oh, man.
I haven't been looking at nigga booty, bro.
But again, it's just certain situations. And like, he's good with his daughters. But at that time when he was around, my son and everything, I'm like, bro, I'm wondering about you.
I always thought when I met someone, I'm going off the feeling of how I feel about you. How you make me feel when I'm around you. I don't trust anybody, so it takes me a long time to ask. If you can get over the hump of me not trusting anybody, like once I get to the point of I'm comfortable with you, okay, this is cool, because I'm skeptical of everything, and I'm paying attention even if it looks like I'm not.
Yeah, right. So, right. I'm like that.
And it can be little things that I've already seen and I know, and it may be 2-3 months down the line, I may ask you a question.
Yeah.
So you want to keep that one covered up, huh? Not even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let it ride. Then I'm gonna do that again. Okay. Oh, this bitch is just a liar. It's over. Right. But I'm gonna give you a chance to. I may stop if I like you enough. I'll stop and say, "Hey, when I asked you X, Y, and Z,
right?
Okay, which one's the truth? This or this? Now, if you continue to lie at that point, this all gonna try to kill me. I don't want to fool with that. But I always believe you don't really know the person you're dating until you have your first argument.
That's the real
argument, because that's when you see the real person.
Yeah,
that's when niggas start cutting below the belt.
It is.
Never got this.
Yeah.
Representative.
Yeah.
Nigga, you don't never get angry? At nothing?
Yeah, I never even. I can't remember one time where I got upset with him and we got into it. He was always just very nice and very respectful. My mom loved him. My brother loved him. I just thought he was a family man. Whatever.
Those two things alone, just like you said, different settings and that first argument. Oh my God. Yeah. If y'all able to bounce back after that first argument,
everybody's got a crazy side of them.
Right.
You have to see that crazy side to know if that's something that you can actually deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah. His old lady crazy, and so is mine. I'm
Man,
talking
all
about
of them crazy. You just gotta figure out if you can deal with that crazy.
a level of crazy.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
I need to know. I know what my wife is capable of.
Yeah.
Like I know if it actually came down to it, I know what type of shit she would do to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right. I mean, if I do that, then I deserve that.
Right.
You know. So
And stupid me bought her a gun and shit. You know.
stay in the house. You know where they at. Oh. She almost got me the other night. She came out the room. That look, I said, "You gonna shoot one?" Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know you was home. The alarm. I didn't hear the alarm.
Scary.
But I fucking right.
My wife too.
They
Because she was,
scared.
you know,
Oh, you talking about they're scared.
She know how to get to something. She need to get.
there you go.
Hey, announce yourself when you come in the house. Nobody else. Me and you the keys. So them kids, they ain't got no keys to the house. So anybody just pop in and y'all ain't call first and say nothing, you might get your ass shot.
I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna check on my son. He got a key. I ain't seen the key in a minute. Wait a minute, nigga. Where the key?
Nigga done lost that key. Been lost.
Lost.
Tried to tell you. But we was on the way to school and you was rushing me. I was trying to tell you I ain't got that key no more, but you kept yelling, so I just sat in the back seat and didn't say nothing.
You shit
Man.
it.
So at the end of the day, like all of this, like don't as a man, when we have standards or a preference, don't shame us because women will shame us. Be like, oh, you're.
Your preferences be unrealistic.
No,
though. Your
Y'all preferences.
your
Come on now. All these women looking for a nigga that makes six figures.
You gotta be 6
He's
foot,
6 foot, 6 figures.
6 figures.
Got a 12-inch dick.
Oh, that's all talk. I would love to know women that can take a 12-inch dick.
The little itty bitty.
Well, first of all, women don't know no fucking ruler. You tell a motherfucker 12-inch dick, we like, oh, so a ruler, huh? Yeah. Most motherfuckers, they tell you, oh, he had a little bitty dick. How big was it? Oh, it was 4 inches. Then you show them 4 inches on the motherfucking measuring tape. They be like, well, it was a little bigger than that.
Yeah.
So that's bullshit.
I'd have to agree, right? So 12 inches, that may have been what your mama used to say back in the day. Give me a nigga with a big dick. No, that ain't.
Your mama was talking like that, right?
I'm just saying.
Y'all from New Orleans?
So first of all, my mom is like 70, bro. So if she out it,
What
she
you
was
mean?
damn way.
You hear that with that old lady?
First of all, why would you put my mom's personal
I
business?
said
in
like,
shit?
I didn't say exactly. See, now come on now.
Shout out to mama with the bald headed tires.
Damn. But I ain't said now you put the business in the
No, she called me earlier and was like, I got some. It's like, yeah.
She didn't go nowhere when it rained, huh?
Yeah, she did.
Yes, she did.
Bro. So told you I was on the phone with her. Right? I was on the phone with her right after I found out that my granddad passed. And she was telling me about her mom. And I was like, well, I'll come through, you know, whatever. And I said, so let me get this straight. So she prayed on the way to church with them bald tires.
Yeah, them really deep bald head tires.
Go get to her house, like, yeah, my tires. Wait a minute.
Or help me make it up.
I was like, bro, why did you go to church? Why would you even go to church? And then come to my house and cause me randomly.
No good.
I need your help. Yeah.
Shout out to y'all be careful with these pastors.
She had to go to church and go to Lubis, goddammit.
Oh, Lubis.
She had to go to church and go to Lubis. Didn't no good.
We got a call. Four Kings Podcast. What up, boy?
What's going on, man?
What's going down?
Shit. I was just finna talk about this pastor that got an STD.
Hey.
Finna talk about this pastor that gave this woman herpes. He had to pay her $2.4 million in Houston.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's wild.
The church
and why he
without
got
Church was.
Eldridge.
Yeah.
The Eldridge location. Yeah.
The junior. The junior.
Who's junior?
It's the Ralph West Jr.
Oh, that I was like, man, that's cold.
That's crazy.
And they proved it.
I want to know what unrealistic standards men have. Because she said we got unrealistic standards.
I didn't let her answer. What's that?
Go ahead.
Y'all do because y'all want. No, it's just like what you said earlier.
What's that?
You want to date the stripper. You want her to be a 12, and you pushing maybe a 3.
No,
Like y'all want her to. Y'all want women to be Coke bottle shaped. That's throwback. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, something women are insecure about, all in your mind.
Yep.
You scared of me? That room told y'all a long time ago, y'all did not listen. You like stretch marks. Ooh, you look like a tiger. Niggas do not give a damn about this shit. Like, niggas really don't. Yes, it's nice to look at, but like I'm looking at fucking a Barbie doll that was sculpted. I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, but that's you. That's not every man. Some men actually aspire to have that.
No.
Sir, I don't know what men. I just y'all.
Niggas ain't, a lot of them niggas that do that, that's them rappers and shit that probably wasn't popular when they was in high school and stuff and didn't get hoes. So now they feel like I gotta have, in what they mind, they calling the baddest bitch in the world that's plastic and can't really move.
Okay.
The sad part is
Drake don't have those sort of standards. That's
No.
Like that's what we're telling you. That, like that stuff is all in y'all head. That's the competition that y'all have with other women.
Yeah, that's between y'all. That's what y'all think. You don't want that.
I'm just telling you the truth. A lot of times that shit does not bother us.
Okay, so what do y'all
If a
want?
man really,
not that, then
and I'm just talking about as far as a man that wants
y'all
you
like women that are eye candy.
Y'all first things first.
Y'all like other men to look at y'all's women. And
Yeah,
like,
you're right. You do want somebody that look good on your arm because our first thing, we can't even get past anything until the eye test pass, right?
Okay.
So you say that's not the
saying being beautiful.
Right.
Beauty's in the eyes of the beholder. So some
in the eye of the beholder.
So niggas like what they like. Think about it. How many niggas you just seen out here 6 foot, 150 pounds with a 5'4", 270 pounder?
She looked like a gargoyle.
And he chasing behind this motherfucker like that's baby. Nip tech shit. Nigga, I take it. I ain't shooting, but nigga gotta realize, nigga, I ain't gonna look like this my whole life either.
Yeah.
Like, so, oh baby, you gained a little weight. I just want to get rid of my stomach. Oh shit, I like this shit. Like niggas don't give a fuck
y'all
about
are
this
different. So the women that I know,
I'm just saying, you can't. Most niggas talking about when they be talking about stuff like that, it's from. I met you was 140 pounds. Now, if you was up to 160, that's cool. You really ain't looking at the number. I'm just giving you an example.
Right.
But okay, you was 160, but wait, now baby, you 275. Oh, what the fuck happened to us? Some niggas will give
with my ex,
but then you got other
I
niggas
met
that's
her
just like
140.
Met you good. Like
he said he met his ex and she was 140.
Okay.
140. She got up to 200 pounds before we broke up. I wasn't tripping. I loved all them curves.
That's what I'm saying. That's how a nigga gonna be. If he love you, he just love you. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Like that's if you thinking like that, when like a real nigga's not really worried about that type shit.
It sounds like y'all telling me I haven't been loved right. That's pissing me off.
I mean, that's what
You know,
you got a bad experience with
he wasn't fulfilling emotionally. He neglected that. Yeah, I said.
Oh, why didn't y'all just come out and say you haven't been loved right? You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it. I don't know you, but I'm gonna say
it. No man, if a nigga love you, you just love you. Like my wife said, one nigga had hair, the next day woke up and he shaved it all off and never said nothing. Just hey, they bald.
That was him.
Fucking with it.
That was him.
Yeah. Had hair.
I had all the ways. I'm bald headed as hell now. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Things happen.
I had hair in the engagement pictures and was bald at the wedding.
Oh wow.
So being real, like you look at my engagement picture, nigga had hair, edge up, cut my hair that morning. Shit's gone. Like, baby, I think that was the last time we're gonna be able to use that because And Lakota said, coming in real nice. Fuck it. Let's go. It's like,
My thing is, I like eyes and I like teeth. And if you can make that thing jump, we good.
hey, man.
Make that thing jump.
What does that mean?
What?
You gotta get
You
that
ain't that
kangaroo.
old.
I don't know what that means. I just asked a
I can
question.
get my dick hard is what it means.
Oh.
She made us go vulgar and everything.
Y'all be killing yourself sometimes with that type of shit. Y'all really,
And then you gotta listen.
it's for health reasons. If you're just trying to lose some weight, because you're not healthy, I need you to be here. If that's the case, I need you to lose it. Because I need you here with me. And I'll be mad at you because you don't love me enough to go ahead and do that for me. That's if the doctor's telling you that shit. But if everything's cool, heart still beating, you still fucking wonders. We tripping by it. Let's go eat. My wife knows. My wife will tell you when she got pregnant the first time, with my 9-year-old, 3 o'clock in the morning. I know I got to be at work at 6. She wake up, tap me on my back, and said, "Dad, I want some egg rolls from Jack in the Box. I'll be back."
Oh wow.
Not tripping. You want to eat all the fuck you want to. After the baby was here, you still fucking with it. She was like, "I got to be more disciplined. You gonna turn me into a big bitch if I keep eating at 2 o'clock in the morning." Because I feel
I was never more attracted to my wife than when she gained that baby weight. She never lost it, and I was not tripping.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, that mean y'all tripping on yourself. If a
Okay.
nigga don't like it, he gonna say something.
Okay.
Now, if he says something you're not listening, then that's just on you.
What I will say is that, like,
Y'all want to admit to shit.
I'm telling
right. See, because I know I'm like, look, baby, you let me get like this. You ain't gonna be going nowhere. You ain't gonna be
He was 110,
but I'm like, we gotta do. I tell my wife all the time. She was like, was I talking to you on that Monday, the Columbus, the Indigenous People Day? I know I talked to you. And I was telling my wife, said, let's go eat at such and such. I said, baby, why are we always talking about some eating? Why we ain't going to the gym?
What y'all want to eat?
We did.
I was around.
Hey,
At the beginning of the year, I was 280. I got to 225. She started looking at me like, "Who you trying to get fined for?"
That be the fun though. You start.
Hey, you see me going to the gym.
Hey,
If I'm doing too much,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
what's up to the gym with it?
Y'all doing something you should be doing.
All right, because the nigga want to feel.
She was stressing me out, so I started losing weight. What you mean?
When he started losing weight, buying new underwear.
whoa, you supposed to buy you new.
I mean, you got to buy new drawers. Them hoes ain't got like silk on. Just get wind through this. No,
Your drawers can't be having a holy experience.
That's the kind of underwear y'all wear. And all of a sudden, y'all weight.
type of work I do, them shits gonna rip.
Oh well.
My wife be like, "Hey, nigga, don't watch them." My wife goes through my drawers and throw the ones away if they have a hole in it.
Well, if you start buying new ones, and she'll be like, what is this?
Still up fine.
That's what Instagram tells us. When y'all start moving funny like that, then something.
But that's the internet. That's not real life.
Thank you. It's not real life. Shit. That's what I've been saying.
It's not real life.
That shit is not real life. I tell my oldest daughter that all the time. This shit is not real life.
Y'all wouldn't admit to it anyway. I'm wrong.
What you think?
I'm wrong.
I'm saying you have an error of perception. That's what
Aaron,
She hear when it's coming from you.
yeah.
Don't hear when I'm talking. That's all it is.
The most important thing for me is I want to feel like, you know what I'm saying, regardless, I'm the only man for you. That's important to me. And listen, you gotta listen. You got to listen.
Man, ordering food. I'm hungry. I ain't ate all day. I have not ate all.
Get that. I'm thirsty, but you don't see me looking for water right now either. There's a ton of
It's not readily available like that. Though.
It's a faucet right outside.
Outside in the hallway.
Modelo beer.
Well, look, we are advocates of mothers against drunk drivers, so I will not be promoting Modelo.
What beers get you drunk? And if it does, well, you don't.
I'm not even doing it. So
I gotta hear about this not drinking thing. Not to say I need to push you to drink because I'm not a big drinker like that anyway. I just want to know why.
I used to drink and I stopped.
we'll talk about that off the air.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually a good topic.
We can talk about it off the air.
Right on.
No, I'm just saying, like, people struggle with that every day, drinking, wanting to stop or whatever. So I used to drink a lot. Now I don't.
That's what's up.
Why did you drink a lot though?
That's another episode. That's another topic. If we're gonna do that, yeah, because see now
We
you
gonna
trying
do that one
it's
day.
9:21 now. I'm just saying, hey, I'm trying to keep everybody.
I'm about to hop off so I can hear about this pastor because I want to hear about this pastor that had to pay $2.4 million. That's wild.
What is
All right, y'all.
how did they figure it out though? That's the part that I would like to know.
So basically, she had sex. This chick met the pastor
At church?
at church, and I think they was messaging each other on Facebook and everything too. End up having sex or whatever, and then contracted it, and said he gave it to her. He said he didn't or whatever. So then they ended up, she ended up suing him, and then when they went and dug it up, he knowingly had that stuff. Like he
raw dogged anyway.
Well, if you.
But how do you prove that?
It don't
though?
matter.
So
how do you prove it?
So
What do you mean?
if you got medical records where you've been treated for it, like you've been taking medication and everything, or when you go see the doctor and they put that on your paperwork.
Are you trying to say like she could have got it from anywhere?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. I'm not saying she didn't get it from him, but how was she able to prove that?
Shit, that phone will prove everything for you.
If
your interactions.
If you ain't, let's say.
Well, yeah. Anytime you put something in black and white, did he put it in black and white?
No, they was able because he denied it, and what they did was his medical records stole. So like, bam, smoking gun. There you go. They subpoenaed the medical records and seen his name, blacked out everything else. They redacted.
Proving it with her, all she had to do was pull. I mean, women go to the doctor every year.
There you go.
All you got to do is check that and see what you had before.
But if you got herpes, you going before the year's up.
There you go. But wait a minute, hold on.
I'm saying you.
This
That's
ain't
what I'm
this
saying. If your lab was clear, you can with pastor.
But
he can know good.
And
I'm not saying it can be proven. I'm just wondering how it was proven, especially for it to get to 2.4 million.
Shit, the shit that don't go away, baby.
There you go.
I know that, but I'm saying
bills alone for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the 2.4 wasn't justified because I think it was. It absolutely was.
1.4 million in compensatory damage.
Compensatory.
Thank you. So look, it's been a long day. I'm tired. I couldn't even say irreconcilable earlier.
Oh, it came out.
It came.
I'm still supporting my friend.
So then got another million for exemplary and punitive damages, right? So 2.4 million.
Punitive damages is what they do when they want to prove a point.
But he didn't disclose it. And then what else they said?
But that's what I'm saying. He able to prove it.
Because if
he
they
didn't disclose it,
if they get you, they can subpoena your medical records and then
he didn't disclose it, but she knows she didn't mess with him, and he got it, and now he's denying it. Well, that's where he messed up at that point in time.
Probably so.
Could have been.
Probably so.
Or she was in the church.
Or
you got some women that's really out there going to church and still holding out. They just got caught up in some bull.
I want to find that one story where the lady 50 years old and was a virgin still. I want to find some chick in Kentucky. I want to know what the follow-up was. Like,
I know. A 40-year-old lady on.
Hell, the chick from Issa Rae show is a virgin.
Yeah. And she damn near 40. The African chick.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
The one that played Molly?
Yeah.
Yvonne
Orji. Yeah.
Oh, she's a virgin?
Wait, no, I thought she just got married though.
No, she's not married.
She's not married? Macho.
She did. She said, Mr. Murphy said she had an outbreak 2 or 3 days after being intimate with the pastor.
Oh shit. Well, there's enough proof for you, sweetheart.
What?
2 or 3 days. Now he denied it.
But okay, it's still not answering the question as to if she was able to prove it though. I get you saying medical records, right? I get that, but I'm saying that how was she able to get in front of a judge and say, I got it?
And all she got to do is prove that she didn't have sex with nobody else.
You prove that.
You think about it, 2-3 days, you had sex. If you didn't have sex, and you know the defense attorney was looking for it.
What kind of
He had an album.
He was having an outbreak and had
That's how
sex
it was.
with her.
Oh God. Okay. Nasty.
And again, and then I tell you, March 2018, through her medical records and tests she got at the time, boom.
That says hers. So you can prove that she had it.
Again, so if it always take a while before you get the money. So this has been going on for 5 years.
Mm.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Sad, man. I mean, it makes it worse that he's a pastor. It does.
But did you know that insurance policies for churches have professional liability and sexual misconduct? I call that
probably get paid.
Yeah,
I'll probably get her money. Actually,
I call the pastoral professional is when you try to fuck her, and the sexual misconduct is what he does. Don't you think it's crazy that a church would even have to have coverage like that?
No, you want to.
Right.
Well, it's not even that. It's LLPs. You gotta have insurance on your business. It's just the business.
The business, yes, I get that. You have to have that. But these sort of things are specific to the pastor's misbehavior.
No, that's for anyone that works for the church itself, though.
But it's misbehavior
For anyone in the church.
But that's the point that I'm making. It's people in the church misbehaving, like it's expected.
Why do you think that people? I think people forget that the niggas that go to church, the people that go to church, they're still human.
But but that's an excuse.
That's not an excuse. It's an excuse.
How do you go
Stop
through
putting people that are still they're human just like me? Stop putting them above you. Everybody has a struggle.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the person himself or herself that has gone through whatever kind of preacher school you go through, right?
You only go to school for theology, philosophy, and then you turn around and get the certificate to be ordained minister.
Right, but I'm saying if you supposedly gone through this and you've dedicated your life to living right, you read your Bible every day, you know doggone well the stuff that you're doing according to your Bible is not, it's a sin. So how do we just say, okay, you did this and you're human? So like almost like it's expected.
It's not that. It's just the truth. It's just people, none of us are perfect.
You know what the church feels like to me? The church feels like it just feels like your sexual prowess, I guess, is just heightened at church somehow.
No,
because you hear about all this.
Most people are naturally sexual people. And you're going to church and they're telling you we don't want you to have sex until you get married. So what normally happens?
And then that just makes you be like,
exactly. Okay. Because you're human. That's what I'm saying. The problem is people tend to think that because you go to church and because you're a leader of a church that you don't have problems also. And you're not fighting demons. You're actually fighting more demons. The closer you are to God, the more problems you're going to have. But people don't tend to believe that. You're assuming that this person praying harder than what you praying.
It sounds like it sounds like you're saying the closer you are to God, the more likely you are to
not saying
the demon.
No. It's just saying that you're gonna have to fight battles harder than the rest of them. But we're all gonna have our battles.
It looks like they're giving a lot of people.
You show me one person in this world that don't have a flaw.
That's not what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
We're still forgetting that even though because you're in the church, it does not make you perfect.
But it sounds like it's right. And I understand that. And I'm not saying that. But it sounds like to me, how do you sit in church or whatever it is, you read your Bible and you don't feel convicted by any of this stuff?
You do.
So okay, maybe my expectations are.
That's the part. That's why I keep repeating you forgetting the people. They're just people.
But that sounds like
the thing is
you're trying behavior.
Trying to not do it, and then hearing things different. All I'm saying is what you're saying is okay. You go to this church and you're expected to be this way. You should be clean and outstanding. You're gonna be.
I'm not saying that you go to the church. I'm saying that you have taken some sort of oath or whatever it is that you have to do to become a pastor before God. And so I understand that you are human, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you have taken this oath and you were reading your Bible and it's your instruction manual, how does all that just go out the window for a piece of ass?
It does not.
Or if you're a priest for a little boy, like how does all of that?
Let me try to break this down. You got your driver's license. Right?
Barely.
Okay, you got your driver's license. You read the handbook. You know that you got to stop at a stop sign. What is it? 3 seconds before you pull off, something like that. Come to a complete stop. How many times have you did a California road?
I mean,
on regular. You've read the book. You know the law, but for some reason I just can't hear. I'm in a fucking rush. I gotta go.
Actually, I'm a cautious driver. I'm not saying I never have, but
I'm saying.
But I
so it's like that. I think in a lot of people's mind, you think that I go to church, I'm gonna turn into this perfect person. I'm not gonna break a law. I'm not gonna have issues. It's not that. A lot of people going to church because they know they fighting that demon, and they're trying to do whatever they can to keep them from committing that action. Or I know, you know what, God, I know I got an issue with my anger.
I think there are no consequences to your actions if you are a deacon and you knock down one of the members. It's just what it is, right?
Church.
If I went through a stop sign, I could possibly get a ticket. But if there was some sort of consequence to your action,
because you haven't heard of them.
So Pastor Jeremy, that was over at that church. What was the name of the church? He ended up. This was like his second or third marriage. So it was his second or third marriage, and he ended up saying, "Oh, I love my wife." Blah blah blah. Blah. And all of a sudden, he was no longer a pastor in church. Nobody know what the fuck happened. He just stepped down. Come to find out, he stepped out. He cheated on his wife. I'm like, damn. So it's ways that they deal with it. You have to be, once you get to be a certain,
it depends on the church. Because then that's the other thing. I mean,
you can't be the head of the church and then you out here.
So they're gonna strip you of your deacon title?
You did it on purpose.
No.
And he probably will be stripped.
Deacon, if you deacon, it's the two things.
He makes all the jokes because that's the things that I know some good deacons that's actually trying to do the Lord's work. But like I said, I don't expect my expectations for people aren't as high as everybody else's because I know people are human. I'm not perfect by no means. So I know if I can make a mistake, it's a chance you can make one and you can make one. And it's just being real with yourself. Like, people's expectations are so high. Like, everybody's just trying to do right.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's literally just trying. There's no perfect man on earth. You're not going to meet one.
Somebody told me, because I counsel kids on the side. And it was like, how do you counsel kids and you're fucked up? I'm like, come again?
Dang.
He said, come again? Wait a minute.
Everybody's just going every day trying to be the best person that they can be.
So he can dick him down. Who's dicking him down? You're saying that he's human. So he made
not an excuse.
It sounds like it.
It's not a see. That's how you take it.
Because those people, I think, are people of the cloth. So they.
I understand. You're holding them to a higher standard.
No, I'm saying they. I don't. It's not my concern. They should hold themselves to a higher standard. That's what I'm saying.
Some people will. Some people won't.
That's what I'm saying. This has to be embarrassing to.
It's embarrassing to the church, of course.
Period. Would he not be affiliated?
There's no way you do this and you still have your position. I'm sorry.
I thought he had already stepped down from that position.
Okay, then.
I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. I haven't been to that church in years. Or any church for that matter.
God bless you.
So we're going to close it out with Carly Russell, right?
Oh, this
Yeah.
Oh,
So Carly Russell finally got sentenced.
Her boyfriend was cute though. He was a cute guy. Or he is rather. But go on, sorry.
That's the double standard shit right there. See, if we'd have said something about Carly Russell, be like, nigga, that wasn't even the point. But Carly Russell got sentenced to a year and $18,000 for that horrible act of making up this story about this baby on the side of the road, her being kidnapped.
None of it made sense.
None of it made sense.
None of it
She
made
showed up on her parents' doorstep. All that, like, and all of this, when they found out what the root of it was, she was trying to get the attention from her boyfriend.
Oh, baby.
What the entire
young, dumb, full of cum.
So yeah.
She's only human though.
Yeah.
She's
People make fuck.
human.
Hey.
People make
And she's
mistakes.
paying for it.
And not the pastor. Not all of them.
You don't know.
Just that one.
You don't know what he paying for. That money play was really because
she got to pay $18,000
though.
Not if she interviews with Candace Owens. Candace Owens said if she interviewed with her, she'll say
Candace Owens ass up.
But she said it was something specific that she wanted to know. I just can't remember what it was.
No,
she'll
that
pay
$18,000 compared to how much money Candace Owens will make off for interviewing her.
She gonna definitely win on that one, and she gonna rip her ass apart too. It's horrible.
It's a money play. That's all. She don't give a damn about it.
That's what she does. Boy.
And she had I think I talked about Candace Owens 2 years ago. I just find it to be really confusing that she is out in the world how she is. Like she was from a little podunk town and it was a little podunk town, had a situation where it was like racism, NAACP backed her. She ended up getting the money because it was like the son of the mayor or some shit like that. It was crazy. Took that money, went to school, never looked back, turned her back on black people, all that type of shit. And then married a guy from England or like overseas somewhere. So, and then when I made that point, they were like, oh, so he's white. I mean, nah, he overseas. No, he's white. So I'm like, whatever. I don't get it. But yeah. So
everybody's not a good person.
Why do y'all date women that don't look like your mama?
I don't know who y'all is. My wife is black.
It's the same thing.
My wife black now.
So some boys just want to try it.
Nah, I will say that though.
But you got some people that hate themselves.
True that.
And you got some things that just, it's always, I mean, it's the same thing though, because you like other races dating black women, so.
I kind of think that about her, that she just has maybe a strong
Some people hate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just take everything for face value of what it is. Like, yeah, you may be a deacon in the church, but you're a fucked up person. And that's just what it is. But I'm not going to say everybody in the church is horrible because you made a mistake, though.
True.
Agree.
So.
But it's a lot of that going on.
But it's a lot of that going on everywhere.
True.
Unfortunately.
True.
It's a lot of that going on in your politics.
Dang, V, yeah, you missed it. You missed it, V. Sure did.
We can't just look at your black churches, the end all be all. And
send a nigga some stars, though. Send me some stars, though.
Whatever's going on there, that just makes everything bad. Like, nah, man.
Have my cash up and I'll just forward you the money.
Wow. It's a lie. It's a whole lie.
That way it won't look like it's for you, but they send it to me and then I send it to you still.
Oh, women ain't shit, I tell you.
All right. I understand. You gotta get that almighty dollar. But we about to be at next week, hopefully. Make Jamie out again next week.
Jamie said she'll be back on November 1st.
Right. So she'll be out next week again. So
next week, 25th.
Yeah. I may or may not come.
You coming in your costume? Or you already got it on this week?
Keep the monkey suit up.
Hello. Keep my clown suit on just because I'm a clown wherever you at. But we finna get up out of here. Tony hopefully be back next week. But in life, don't go where you're tolerated, go where you're elevated. and motivated. Four Kings Podcast, ENT. We're out.
Bye.